Hey up YouTube, hope you're well. I'm not, but I've still got out. Yeah, I'm really badly at the moment with back. My ankle, I've had to have more x-rays on. It is fully broken, but I'm still out. Don't know why I do it to myself. And we are out. I can't give you a location, not because I don't want to, but because I don't know what to call this stretch of beach. If I get that information, obviously I'll insert it along here somewhere. We have parked, basically, actually I know where I can tell you. We've parked up at Kilnsea, at Bluebell Car. We are at Kilnsea. We've parked at Bluebell Car Park, and I come out of the car park and we've left around the collapsed barracks, not barracks, what's the word for it? The shore defences anyway. We've walked round that and to come to the other side of it. We've got to come at low tide because if you wait too long you can't get round. So we're here, I'm fishing. I've got one rod out at the moment, that's down yonder. We're going to go down there shortly. I'm only fishing with one, largely because I'm lazy. No, I'm going to set the other rod up now, get that ready and take that down there. So we'll be fishing on two rods. Once I'm fishing with two rods, I'll take you through the rigs and things that I'm trying. I've just got a pulley pennel out, a long pulley pennel out with squid on at the moment. There is little fish out there, or crabs, so I brought it in. It were all frayed and pecked at. There's a hell of a lot of tide pull. We've all got 7-ounce leads on, and it is just still whipping us round like nobody's business. Once it's settled with my tie-up, Namix with the long legs on, the 7-ounce, once it's settled it's holding, but as soon as you lift that lead up it swings round, so you have to reel in quite fast. So as luck would have it, I have got for my second rod, because we're using 7-ounce leads, it won't be the greys today unfortunately, because that rod is a pleasure to use. It'll be a fixed full. It'll be the Pen Tidal, the XR 450 twin tip. I'll have the power tip on it, and my newly refurbished. I was going to do a video on it, but I'm not that confident on doing it yet. Once I'm confident, I'll let you know, and I'll do a video on it. But my newly refurbished Pen Surf Blaster 3 8000. I've just put new bearings in it, new grease, new oil, new bail arm, new line roller bearings, all that good stuff. Standard stuff really. It's just a pig to get hold of that stuff in this country, and I've one person that does it. If you go back to my Pen Surf Blaster video, his details are in that description. I'm just looking at that rod tip, and actually I was quite happy because it had settled quite straight in front of me. But looking at it now, I can see that the tip's a little bit over to the right. So it's clear that even the 7, and I casted it beyond Marcus. There's loads of us come down. We've come down as a big group today. There's loads of us down here. I say loads. There's 5 of us. Anyway, that's long enough for the intro. You can tell I've had a couple of weeks off. I'm right out of practice. There's no setup time lapse because I'm already fishing. So I'll roll the credits, and probably the next thing you'll see, unless Marcus has got a fish on, probably the next thing you'll see is me with both rods up going through my rigs. So I'll see you in a bit. I promised you a bit of a rundown, so you have to forgive me. I ain't done that. I've just cast it. Between the intro and us speaking now, it's been about 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours. The reason it's been so long is we're just having to recast over and over and over again. But the tide pull at least, seems to have reduced enough to be able to send the second rod. So rather than run you through the rig and everything and the baiting and things like that, I'll do that before the sun sets. We will do that. But I just wanted to get it out just to see if it'll hold. I mean, I'll tell you the rigs that's on there at the moment. On the leader icon, that's your right, rod 2, is a pulley pennel, a 4.0 Sakuma Manta extra. I don't know what the extra's for, but it is. It's extra, isn't it? Extra price, I suppose. I don't know. I love Sakuma hooks. You know I love Sakuma hooks. No pun intended, but thanks for hooking me up again, Alex. I appreciate it. Yes, a pulley pennel, and the one that we've just sent out on the Pen Tidal is a 3 hook clip down. Although it wasn't clipped down as it was flying through the air. I need to put a rotor clip on it. They've both got 7-ounce leads on them, and they're both struggling to hold bottom at the moment. No, to be fair, that's wrong. They pretty much, touch wood, hold bottom once the lead gets to the bottom. You'll be able to see. I don't know if you can see the rod tips. Let me just check that. What you should be able to see on the rod tips, and I'm not using the personal mic at the moment, is you'll see a lot of quivering. It's a mixture of tide pull, a little bit of weed, and the waves. There is, and I know I'm going to forget names, guys. In fact, I'll tell you something we've not done. I said I was going back to old school. I'll tell you something we've not done for a long time. We've not done a pan around, and to me this is a new mark, so we'll do a pan around in a minute. And I'll run you through a whole load of names that I'm probably going to get the wrong person to the wrong name, or I'll just get the name completely wrong. I'm terrible, and I'm sorry. Hand on heart, I am sorry. Just like to say congratulations actually while I'm here to Glenn Downing. He won the All-Light giveaway. In actual fact, and he reached out to me, contacted me, and I'm going to go fishing with him on Tuesday if my back holds up. So it might be a double video week, or I might save it because I'm not sure if I'm going to get out next weekend. We are heading into what, in my limited tradition, or my limited knowledge, we are sort of starting to slip into the lull as the types of fish change. We tend to have on the east coast a little bit of a lull, where all you can do really is flighty bash until April, back end of April, early May time. It tends to start picking back up again. You start seeing bass in larger numbers. Although the thing this year is the cod season seems to have lasted longer, and the bass seem to be coming in earlier. The larger bass, not the schoolie bass, the larger bass. I know I had a schoolie a few weeks ago, but the larger bass are coming in. If you go check out Mike White's Solo Fishing, I don't know if there's adventures on that. I'll put a link to his channel in the video description down below. He fished Easington a couple of nights ago, and he got his new PB bass. So well done, congratulations, Mr. Mike. Excellent fisherman. His videos are a very different style to mine. They're He does do a little bit of rod tip stuff, but he seems to largely do sort of the catch reporty style, which is not my thing, not what I do. Speaking of, I'll tell you what I do if you're new here. What I do is essentially the whole fishing package, the whole fishing trip. I don't do a catch report, so you may find that I put out a 1 hour 20 video, and you may find that there's no fish until the last 20 minutes. I'm not going to cut out the first hour, because when you fish, when you're watching my videos, you out there, you're fishing with me. And if you were fishing with me, you wouldn't just see the fish, would you? You come along for the journey, for the crack, for the laugh, for the experience, for the chill out. That's what I do here on One Man and His Rod. Alright? And if all that sounds like something you might be interested in, please do press that subscribe button. Please do press the thumbs up, thumbs down. Makes no difference to us. I do challenge you, if you want to press the thumbs down, let me know in the conversation down below why. What can I do? What are you not happy about? If it's a lack of fish, sorry, I can only catch what's in front of me. If it's my face, sorry, I can't afford plastic surgery. YouTube doesn't make you millions of pounds. But if it's anything I can work on, anything I can change. I know some of you do and don't like the time lapses, so I'm trying to do a mixture of the both. Last week's video, there wasn't a video last week. I was poorly, couldn't get out. I was meant to fish with Shane, and I just couldn't. I got up in the morning, and I've been bedridden for the best part of 5 or 6 days, and I'm going to be bedridden for the next 2 or 3 days after today. Which is why after today, we're fishing Starley Wall. But I had to get out today. I was suffering with cabin fever quite heavily. I was literally I was kind of climbing the walls. So we needed to get out. It's a short walk. It's a steep beach, but it's not a difficult beach to walk on. And I'm with a big group of mates who, first thing they said was, Russ, if you need us, we will help you. So I needed the fresh air. I needed to get out. I might be a big lad, but I'm not a couch potato. The missus will attest to that. So yeah, I had to get out, get some fresh air. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. I've basically, very brief, I have 2 slip discs in the base of my spine. Sometimes they get bad, and when they get bad, they get very bad. I was paralysed in pain for 4 days. Not actually, very briefly I was actually paralysed and lost feeling in my legs. It's a bit of tide building, I think. Bit of pull down. Yeah, I've been really bad with it this time. The last time I was this bad, I was hospitalised for a day or 2. We had an MRI scan. We discovered what it was. Blah blah blah. Long story short, apologies. No video last week. I was completely immobile. Couldn't get out. So today there's going to be a lot of taking it easy. There's going to be a lot of chilling outside on the box. I won't be up and down as much. I've brought tougher, harder baits that'll last longer in the water, so I'm not up and down as much. So yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Just very briefly, while we're still on that same subject, thank you means so much. So many of you have wished me well. It blew me away, and it really does mean a lot. Thank you very much. You all know who you are, be it Facebook, be it TikTok, be it YouTube. Thank you. honestly, thank you. Back to the fishing. So yeah, I'll tell you what's out there at the moment, but like I said, I'll show you the rigs when I come back in. I got some feedback from one of the guys on my 3-hook clip downs, who said you don't need 2 springs, just use 1 on the top hook. That's what I've done this time. But the baits I've sent, I've got Hooker's Bloody Squid on its own on the polypennel on the right hand rod. That, if fish start to show, may get upgraded to squid and carp. I've got some carp I need to use up. I've also got the hermit crabs with me as well. So there's plenty of options there for the big baits. The Pentidal, that has got a 3-hook clip down on it with size 2.0 hooks. Once again, Sakuma 2.0 hooks. They're these, the mantas. I was going to put stingers on, but I wasn't sure if we were going to get any worms, so I went with the manta, which is a nice sort of wide gape all-round hook. And on that I have put rag on the bottom, razor and bloody squid on the middle, and squid and black on the top. The only questionable hook is the middle hook, because the bait wouldn't go up over the eye very well, so I had to mash it a little bit. But yeah, walking 10-20 yards to the left, casting straight. Touch wood actually seems to be holding straight out now. By the time you've got back to your rod rest, it's in front of you and seems to be holding straight. Here's the man of the hour. Here's the man whose fault it is we're out here today. So if we're blank, it's his fault.
Yeah,
Shane.
It's my fault.
Shane, the Holderness Cod Father.
How are you doing, everyone?
Links to his channel do live in the video description. Please do go across.
Thanks very much.
Obviously, after you've watched this video.
Oh yeah.
Not before. Watch this one first, and then go watch Shane's.
Yeah, I've just jumped in short, and it's held. So
I'm probably somewhere between 80 and 100 because my back started to stiffen up, so my casting's going to get a bit shorter. I have to eat one of the sandwiches to be able to take some more meds in.
yeah.
I'm probably at 80 to 100 on both.
I'm literally just over where that break is, really.
And I cast underneath markers,
Yeah.
and I'm now holding straight for 20 minutes.
Ah, good. I've got that squid on. It's good, isn't it? I like that. Yeah.
No word of a lie, it's responsible for every con I've had this season. I've not had many,
No,
but
yeah,
the ones I have
that,
had.
I'm in that club.
Yeah, I've not had many, but the ones I have had, the bloody squid has been involved
Yeah.
on every single one. If you want some more, I've got the £2 bag that I got for us.
Yeah.
If you want a refill, bring the bag down and refill.
Oh yeah. No, I've got 3
So I won't get through it all.
Yeah. It's good gear. Really good gear.
But the squid is lovely and fresh. I don't know how he soaks it and keeps it fresh.
But it don't come out when your hands are out like that. It stays in the squid. You know what I mean? That's what I like about that.
So yeah, I'm really chuffed with it.
What's Marcus going on?
He's doing well. He's doing well. I was a bit afraid when I put the braid on his puma. And I'm thankful his first day out was on a clear beach.
Yeah.
I said to him, you can hear all ordnance going off behind us. Whatever range it is. It's military fire range.
Yeah.
Military test fire. I says, you'll see that when you go.
Oh, yeah.
I says, you'll hear a sparrow fart
Yeah.
at,
with braid on.
at 5,000 yards. Or you'll see a sparrow fart at 5,000 yards. But, as I said in the last video, credit where it's due, he's doing more technique and less power.
You see it coming on every session, can't you? How different he is, yeah. Good.
Only thing I have to keep complaining at him for having to go too far is he keeps standing front on. As the session goes on, you'll see. He
Yeah.
starts proper.
Yeah, straight so he's right in front
To
of
the
you.
point where he's right in front. And it's impossible to throw straight and stand straight. It's either going to go left or right. That's the only other thing. Like I say, he's dialed back trying to thump it.
Put some technique in it.
And he's seeing the reward. I think is key. When we were fishing at night and shouting at him for his catch, because he wasn't seeing
Yes, that's right.
the difference in the range. So I think now he can see it. It's like, wow, that is going far.
The thing is, well, you'll start developing that muscle memory where you'll know if it's right or wrong. You know what I mean? So he'll get there. He's certainly come a long way.
So I spooled it up with a spider wire. It's gorgeous stuff.
Okay,
It is gorgeous stuff. I want stuff for mine, but he bought the green, and I like my main line to be bright.
Yeah, that's why I
See
like
it
that.
on the night.
Yeah.
But I've got to admit, they do a blue camo, which I like.
That's tackle tartist.
It is, yeah. It is tackle tartist, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, look.
All that is your fault. That's your fault. This was me. And all this was gift.
But look, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it is nice. And I am going to do mine because it is really nice.
Oh, you're on about the bolts there.
Yeah.
But I did buy them for function over form.
Yeah.
I thought, Phillips head screws, salt water and regular servicing. It's not going to last.
It's not going to mix, is it?
No. You know, aluminium, Allen bolts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put them, because this is a ceramic shell, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I wouldn't have put them in a steel shell, because obviously steel and aluminium don't mix. But we're trying to get an ultrasonic cleaner for Tony, so I'm like, yeah, I'll be using that. She wants an ultrasonic cleaner for a resin plastic. Because with all the dice that she makes, she finishes them with plastic polishes.
That's
Getting it out of all the numbers, especially for she's just had custom commissioning for some Star Wars dice, so all facing I've had to carve on 3D carve all the Star Wars logos into it. It took me about 8 hours.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So it sounds a lot more complicated. You've got the picture,
Yeah.
moving it across the depth and putting the depth on it and printing cubes and polyhedrons or whatever the 20-sided dice is, I don't know. But yeah, getting all the bits of polish out right out the corners is key. If you don't get it right out of paint, then the numbers doesn't sit right.
Right, yeah.
Can we get an option of games? That's one person. So the last year in your start was $4,000 off.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've got to put it into it.
Keeps busy,
Yeah. That'll come good.
Yeah, I was going to use the grades, but with the 727, the grades only rated up to 5.
Right, yeah.
Would have been 20, 30 years old.
Yeah, it gets a little bit creaky, doesn't it?
Yeah, I daren't try and send a 7. So yeah, I packed 3 rods with intentional thinking. That's why when you told me about 7, I'm glad you did. Because if I'd brought the rate, it's going to be doing 7, so we're going to
Yeah.
But I've got to say, and I was just saying on video, I'm so surprised I've not seen a single fish like that.
Not yet, no. I'm more hopeful now this is filling in, I'll be honest. But,
I think we're now coming over the bait beds.
Yeah.
I've been out thinking now,
Second rod, I've only fished one or two.
I was waiting to make sure I was at a position where they would hold.
Yeah.
And it's set. So I'm walking over to under Marcus. Casting. He's walking to under. You can help me with names because I've just said I was going to shout out everybody that's here.
All right, yeah.
And I'm terrible with names.
So you got Gary and Ian down the bottom end.
There we go. Let's shout you all out. So where's? Oh, they're together. Got Gary and Ian off at distance there. I'd say it's wave, but you know, your specs on the GoPro. Got Marcus here. Got Shane who's currently here. I know this one. And I know Marcus.
And we've got Mike Remy.
We've got Mr. Remy, Mr. Mike Remy here.
Don't know who they are.
And we've got Rita Sue and Bob too.
Yeah.
Down the bottom end there. And then there is more the other side of the other side. So it's busy down here today. And I've just shouted out Mike, and I think it's Mike's fault.
Reckon, yeah?
I think the majority of these, if they've not been for catch reports and things like that, not that they've done anything bad.
No.
I think the majority of them have not done that. But also, I was just saying, and I don't know if you agree. I mean, you've got a few more years under your belt than I have, and Mike's got more than us. As far as I fit, in the few years I've been fishing, we're now heading into a lull. Where the cod sort of
Yeah, you got that transitional period, haven't you, where it's...
and the big bass then come in and out of ones, and then the smoothies and ones behind that, and the big smoothies and ones behind that. So you have to expect these things now at this time.
Yeah, whereas sort of October, November, December, there was a lot of cod about. Small.
We can't catch.
No, we
can't catch them.
I was told there was a lot of cod about.
Yeah. Saw pictures of them.
Yeah.
If I put that back on rods. Go on, keep talking.
But I think coming into sort of like the January, February period, from what I'm led to believe is, there's not that many of them about what there are. They're a lot bigger. So yeah. The big females are coming in.
Yeah.
All sounds good until we go up.
Well, yeah. It sounds good to everybody else. Yeah.
I just hope we have a summer like last summer to make up for the winter I didn't have.
Yeah, we both had red letter sessions, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, mate. Yeah,
you had a cracking session, not far from here, was it? Was it Dimo Easington way?
It's Hillston.
Was it Hillston?
Yeah, Tunstall and Hillston.
Yeah, you had a couple of good red letter sessions with Vern.
With Vern, yeah, we did. Yeah, we had some good sessions.
And they were great sessions. And then you telling me you blanked bloody last video, and then I watched your last video. It was fishing it. Your last video that went out last week, this week.
Oh, that was Easington. That was last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one before I blanked.
Was it the one before I was meant to come and fish with you?
Yeah, it was. I think so. Yeah.
Then we got Big Dan on fire. I don't know if he ended up catching up last night. I'm guessing not, since he sort of sat at home. He's not gone out with Johnson today.
How did he get on Chisel? I've not seen her in though. Oh, right.
What have I done now? What? What have I done now?
That's your fault, Russ, is it?
What do you think that did with that, Brad? You know what I mean?
I told you about bringing seals before, haven't I, Russ?
We trained dolphins that put the bass on the end of the hooks last summer, went on strike.
Yeah. You can't trust them seals.
No, I tried with seals.
I tell you what, that fucking flipper's got a lot to answer for, hasn't it?
He was having a right old go there, wasn't he, Marcus?
Where's this?
It was up there on its tail at Atwood.
Come on then. Come on then.
I've seen a couple of gulls float by, but I haven't seen
There's definitely a seal out there.
Is that what you're putting your blank down to, Gaz? Is that what you're putting your blank down
Since I
to?
started, I've only done one. And that was a Wincy. We've had Mick when there was like 20 foot tall wave. I mean, I once shot, my rod looked like a quiver tip rod.
That Nick keeps saying he's coming down and don't come back down.
Yeah.
Right,
I know
yeah.
he's about doing Easter. When I last spoke to him, he was saying about Easter.
We were
He's
going to
coming
try
down
and
for
do
the
another
Euros.
getaway, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were going to try and do another get together, weren't we? Because I think that fish has finally turned up with Danny.
Oh, right, yeah.
Surströmming.
Yeah.
Because I was going to get the Captain One Chip Challenge
Yeah.
for us all.
I'll have a crack at that, but I mean, my mate did it.
Until I saw how much they were. Like 20 quid a chip.
What's that?
Did you know the hot chip challenge? My mate did it, it wrecked him for days. Honestly.
Well, eating wise, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the
Like
pub
a
last
Victory
Sunday. His kid was in there. Packet of peanuts turned upside down like that, and some pork scratchings. He went, "Here, kid." What's the matter? I went, "Oh, go on, give him a chunk of that." Well, Zottis fucking thingy. Fucking hell. I only had one small bit. I'm sat there like, and you know what? I'm not going to react. Just kill him.
What I want us to do when we meet up, if we're going to do that Surströmming challenge, is to all have different coloured milkshakes beforehand.
Oh God!
It'd be great on video, wouldn't it?
Anyway, you go, bring your friend with you.
Don't be blaming me for seal.
Every time we go to the beach and no one's catching, your friend pops up out of the water.
I sacked that seal at Christmas. He was released from his contract.
Oh dear.
I thought it was because that's what
He
I'm
was having a
saying.
right old run down there, Marcus, wasn't he? I think, you know, he was having a good old run there.
I sacked all my trained employees at Christmas.
Well, you know what to say if the seals there, there's fish there. But
YouTube.
Well, we won't be catching them
well, no, I mean, we never do, but, you know.
because they're running away from him.
But I don't know how many people say on the two sides of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There
They're eating
is.
all the fish, or there is fish.
Have you seen reports of all massive pods of dolphins that have come down this?
Huh?
Somebody was saying that on boats, they're seeing them at river mouth on big pods of dolphins. No, not porpoise, but bottle It's sort of pods 20, 30
Feral cat pod that.
Yeah. See?
It was out in front of me.
You know when I said my rod was bent and then something popped off?
Oh.
And I
Are
said,
you trying to tell me
had a seal?
you were reeling a seal?
no,
Because that wouldn't happen.
no. That's what I was saying. Where,
The seal had relived.
yeah. No, where I said that I popped off is exactly where he said he saw it pop out of the water. So that's why I said there was something there. See?
And I almost forgot. This will have to be inserted somewhere in the video. I have just joined, or just been made a part of, a group called Sea Fishing and YouTube videos, or something to that effect. I'm terrible with names, you guys know this, and I can't check on my phone because there's no signal down here. I'll put a link in the video description. Great channel, great community. We try to keep it very what's the word? Non-toxic. I throw that word around a lot recently, and I don't mean to, but we try to. We try to keep it very supportive. That's a good word. There's a good team of admins, and also there is currently a draw going on. It's £5 a number. There is a lot of numbers. There's 300 numbers, so there's plenty of opportunity. But the prize is a massive twin pair of Blackrock. I think they're 13-foot 2 match specials, or match rods. Can't remember the proper name for them. And a pair of Pen Fathom 15 SD magged. What a draw. It's not getting drawn until all the numbers are sold. Link to the Facebook group will be underneath the video in the video description. If you request to join, you can then enter the draw. The draw is on a pinned post at the top of the group. I suggest you get in on it because it's a cracking draw and it's a good little group. There's a lot of posts about YouTube videos because we support YouTubers, but we do support, you know, everybody. People just wanting to learn about fishing, people wanting to learn about YouTube or videography and things like that. We welcome coarse anglers and we welcome sea anglers. And it's a very quick growing group. I think it's been running a couple of weeks and we're up near the 1,000 member mark. So yeah, link is in the description. Follow it, join the group. I'll approve you, don't worry about that. You know a guy. I'll see you later. Yeah, that's all calmed down a bit. I mean, I'll leave a degree of that socialising in the finished video. I won't leave all of it in, but I'll leave the degree, because that's largely what fishing is about for me. I know I'm called one man and his rod, but when I first started my fishing journey, not my YouTube journey, because I started that sort of 6 years prior with a gardening channel. I'm sure it's just waves. I'm sure it's waves. When I started my fishing journey, I had one rod, and to be honest, I didn't know the community, anything about the community I was heading into. I didn't know For example, the allotment community, for some reason, is so toxic, and you know, you end up with a small group of friends. Shout out to Scott, who's followed me from my gardening channel to my fishing channel. I am going back to my gardening channel. I just need to get my home life sorted first. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on Marcus's allotment this summer. Right, see if it twangs now. Yeah. Right. As I said, yeah, I was unaware of whether the community was friendly, whether or not you were going to end up with being a solo fisherman. But yeah, I didn't realise when I first set up this channel, one man and his rod, that in actual fact I was going to end up with a group of mates. You know, it started with a couple of lads out of Scunthorpe, and then there was Alf. Unfortunately, I moved away. I'm not, you know, it's not physically possible for me to be able to go pick Alf up. I really do want to go fishing with him again. And Keith and a few subscribers. And I mean, look at us now. There's 6 or 7 mates down on this beach now. So one man and his rod is not necessarily apt anymore, but changing it is well, let's just say it's not possible. I've just noticed the rods have started travelling again. I'm going to bring in Anna. Oh no, I think there's some weed on this right hand rod. You see when the waves hit it, I can see the line, and the line's really twanging. So there's something clearly grabbing it. Shall I bring it in? We'll bring it in, clean it off, have a look at the bait, and we'll resend it. only problem with using long snoods or longer snoods. This way then. Nothing wrong with that. So we'll reset this. I'll quickly show you the rig before I reset it, I promise you. Nothing really to write home about, it's just a standard pulley panel. But we'll have a look at it. So we've got standard pulley panel. Here we are. This one is using Trident gear. Make sure it's in frame, there we go. So we've got the Thermalink, which is what I end all my shock leaders in, going to the Dynaform. Sorry I'm twanging it about, I've just seen a load of elastic tangled up around it. There we go. Going to the Trident Dynaform, which then goes to a Gemini power pulley, power swivel, so it's a £100 swivel. Now there's been a lot of questions lately about how safe it is to use a snood on a panel rig. I'm no expert, so I'm not going to get involved. All I'm going to say is I've never had one break during casting at that pulley. And the thing about the Dynaforms and things like that, even if it did, the hook snood would come undone, but I, as you know, use a fully captive, well you'll see it, a fully captive hook, so that might snap. Okay, so that snaps, but that swivel isn't going through that Dynaform, so in theory it should hang on and shouldn't go flying off and kill someone. Coming all the way down to the bottom, we've got a 4.0 Sakuma circle, and I just use some rig tubing to hold it in place, and I do put a bait stop on, and I just find between the rig tubing, so the 1.5mm rig tubing on the shank of the hook and a little bait stop, I find that holds the pulley, the pennel hook lovely. Well, you see, I mean, this has been out over half an hour and I've not had to adjust the bait as I brought it in. And we've got a 4.0 Sakuma Manta Extra on the bottom, clipped fully captive into a roto clip on one of my Namek sleds on the bottom here. I've got roughly 3 foot of rig body and 2 3/4 foot of hook snood. So that's that rig. We'll get it cast out. I'm just overhead, well, can't hear it now, so basically wait. So we've got to go all the way over there to cast. Gosh, don't pull that. Keep rolling. I was doing off the ground when we first started, but in actual fact I was going further than I wanted to. Gone back to just dumping it for now.
small fishing. Everything's got the end of the local fish ring. Hopefully first batch is maybe.
My suit's got 7-ounce lead on it. Well, completely untouched. We'll have a closer look at it. Hey? Is it going? About as well as everybody else, I think. Keep forgetting it's a long rig, but this is also a long rod.
Let's have a look.
So, squid and black, not touched. Also needs changing. Ragworm. Not touched. Not even remotely bothered. So I'm going to put some more baits. Yeah, I'll go make up some more baits. I'll see you back down here in a minute. Right, so we'll start with baiting up and then I'll run you through the rig. So we're going to start with, we'll change up the order slightly. Start with sliding on a ragworm. See, I'm just using a baiting needle. Just up and over. I split it. Me tag length on all these hooks is a little bit longer than you would normally leave it to grip the worm. Then we're going squid and black on the middle. Which is just a wrap, piece of squid, pre-wrapped around a couple of black lug. Yeah, slide the bait stop up behind it, there we go. And this one we're making on the fly. So we've got piece of squid, piece of razor. This is the bloody squid from Hookers. That's why it's purple. Why it's pink. And what I'll do. This is from Mick from Mad Mick's Adventures. Oh, has my elastic gone inside tube again? Yeah. No problem with these tubes. They're great, but the elastic tends to fall back inside. All we'll do is we'll tie it, or we'll elasticate it to the needle. Yeah. Elasticate it onto the needle. Then treat it like anything else that's on a baiting needle. Slide it up and over the hook. I do have on my channel how to make all these rigs. Some of them are going to get revisited in these next few weeks, but I'll quickly run you through sort of the contents on this rig as best I can in the position we are in. So up at the top here, this is so we've got a swivel as my connection point to my thermalink that's on my trot leader. Going to a crimp, a couple of aero beads, SRT spring, aero bead, and my well, not my stop knot, but a stop knot instead of a crimp at the bottom. That way, if I need to cut off this hook, for example, I can just tie another hook on and move that stop knot down. Next one, we've got a crimp again, 2 aero beads, and in between those aero beads is a clip down cascade swivel. This is a Kyoki one, slightly bigger than the breakaway ones. And then it's just the same beneath that again, 2 beads sandwiching an aero swivel, both of which have got stop knots underneath. And that just goes down to a thermalink and then my lead with a bait clip on it. I'm not too bothered about this bait releasing in the air because I'm not that bothered about how far it goes out. I don't want it to be that far out. I want it to stay relatively shallow. Although I do think I need to move this stop knot down ever so slightly. That's a bit better. And that's it. So it's all clipped down into the relevant clip down cascade swivels and then into the bait clip on the lead. It's good to go. The reason I tie those instead of like a flapper rig is this can be used the same as a flapper rig. You can leave yourself a gap in between these beads if you want, between the top and bottom bead, or the top and bottom stop knot, or the top and bottom crimp and stop knot as I use. You can leave yourself that gap so that it still has the option to move up and down a little bit on the rig body, and just don't clip it down. If you want to cast it short, just don't clip it down. Then you've got the option of clipping it down if you want to send it out at a bit more range. So for me, at the added expense of changing normal swivels for cascade swivels and adding a spring, because this is a very basic clip down, you can make them a bit more complicated. But all you've added to what essentially would be a flapper rig is a spring and I think a few extra beads, and that's it. And you've changed some of the swivels over to cascade swivels. Why not? Why not? You've got the option then of 2 types of rig. So I'm going to get this cast out. we had the first fish on the beach, but we don't. We'll do a bit of ambient, eh? I'll leave you with the rod tips and the sea in view. Right, thought I'd bring you back now I've calmed down. Turn you around a little bit. I lost my rag. Well and truly. I was ready just to say, cock it, pack up, and go sit in Max's van and sulk. Mike, if you made it this far into the video, I apologise. I brought you in, what, 2-3 times in a row? I thought I was fishing close in. And I was keeping an eye on my rigs. I mean, the last time I brought you in, I'd been out 4-5 minutes at most. 7-ounce leads on, there's nothing more I could have done. So I've just resent, I've kept my distance rig in, I've not resent my distance rig. Yeah, I've kept my distance rig in, just because it's impossible to fish at distance. It just whips round in no time at all. Hopefully on the ebb the tide will turn the other way. But so far on all of the last of the ebb heading to low water, on all of the flood, it's been pulling to the right. I think, I don't want to spoil this video, but I think Shane's just pulled in the first fish anybody down here has seen today. Pardon? Oh, very good. What is she doing? Apparently there was a cod caught. There's been a cod caught right down at the far end. Not an area I would have fished because of the rocks. There's a load of boulders down there. But he's situated himself well out of the way, so he's probably fishing at distance. So I've just chucked it maybe 50 yards, see if I can pick something up. I am deflated. You know, this isn't the session that I wanted. Right, I've got no idea how much of my last rant it just recorded. So I'll have to go over it again, I suppose. Long story short, lost me rag. Just was ready for just saying, fuck it, pardon my French, but I was ready for just going and sulking in Marcus's van. I really was. I'd had it. All I wanted to do today was come out and chill out with my mates on beach. You know, catching a fish, excellent bonus. But all I wanted to do today was just come and chill out, and it's just been a comedy of errors. Well, not even errors per se, just issues. Just and I know some days you have them, I know some days you have them, some days, you know, are better than others. Everybody has bad days, blah blah blah. But not that I am any different from anybody else. But you know, when you've just had enough, when everything seems to be against you, you know. Started off 2023, COVID, broke my ankle, then my back went. Tonight, says it all for tonight, that does. Tell you. Oh, well guys, it looks like we're heading it. It looks like the first blank of 2023 is upon us. Silence, absolute silence. The rods haven't twitched, they haven't farted. The only thing we've seen is a couple of seals. It's been horrific, absolutely horrific. Completely what wasn't expected from the sea state, from the conditions, from the catch reports. Just dead. Aside from tide noise, the rods haven't even twitched. So we're just into slack water now. We're probably actually past slack water. Let's have a look. Yeah, probably just coming to end of slack water. I don't know how much longer we're going to fish for. There's always the hope, isn't there? There's always the hope that it turns on. But it just hasn't today. Apologies about if this video is a bit chaotic. The camera's been playing silly buggers. So I don't know what sections have got audio, what sections have recorded as a whole section. GoPros, man, nightmare. But it's like I said, and if any of you out there in YouTube land know a thing or two about cameras, if anybody can suggest me a normal camcorder, camera, DSLR that can stand up to these conditions, so the wind, the rain, the sand, the water, the cold, the hot, for vlogging with, I'll look at it, because GoPros, man, they've got a corner of the market, and they don't care whether the stuff is actually any good. And I'm sure they build in failure points so that when they release a new camera, the old ones start screwing up. What else did I have to... there was something else I wanted to ask you guys out in YouTube land that you might know the answer to, or that somebody out there might. It's left me. So I'm going to do the first time lapse of the night. Whether it records or not's another matter. At what stage in the video this is, who knows? But I'll put you on the rod tips. And I'll do a time lapse. So I'll speak to you in a bit. guys. Right. With regards to YouTube and you guys, I'm calling it a night. I'm packing the camera down. We're not done fishing yet. Was that me? Yes. We're not done fishing yet. We're going to fish a little bit longer. So as per usual, guys, guys and girls, if something does happen, if I do get a fish on the last cast, Marcus, I've just been to talk to Marcus, and he says, yeah, you pack camera down, you get a fish. That's what's happened. That's what's happened. I've had a blank saver after packing camera down for the last 3 or 4 trips. I don't know if it shows up on, if it'll show up on time lapse, but when I last brought in the pen, the furthest rod from you guys now, just before I brought it, there was an almighty whack on it. Massive whack. Really got me hopes up, that did. Came to nothing, not even a piece of weed. I think most likely outcome of that was either a big clump of kelp or something brushed across my line, or that seal came back and swam through. We've been played. I'm hoping I've got it on footage, because it were only 10-12 feet away from us as it just swam. But then as we came to end at session, I were up talking to Mike, keep calling him Mick, it's Mike. I'll stop standing on tripod in a second. And so right next to where he's been fishing the entire session was a deceased seal pup. It's been there a while, it's partially decomposed. None of us have seen it all session. And it's my understanding that seals are quite maternal. So I've got a feeling it was looking for that. Because, yeah, I mean, when I say it's been there a while, I mean decomposition and things like that on the beach are vastly accelerated because of the amount of waste eaters that live on a beach. But yeah, out of the 20 fishermen that were down here, we're the last 2. We've spoken to every single one. And when I say there were 20 of us in total, there probably was. People that we knew, people that we didn't. And we know of 5 fish been caught over what has turned into 6, 7, 8, nearly 9-hour session. 20 fishermen, 2 rods apiece, that's 40 rods, assuming everyone's using 1 hook. 40 hooks, 5 fish. Doesn't seem worth it, does it? Marcus and I at last 2 on beach. I don't know if you'll be able to pick up in the distance the last head torch going up the cliffside. But bite wise, there's been just next to no action all night. It's just one of those nights. It's one of them blanks where you can't even say you really missed anything. You can't even really say you were unlucky. It's just, I just don't think they're there tonight. But there's always next time. So hopefully we're out again Tuesday. Don't know if I'm out again next weekend, so Tuesdays, it depends. If I make plans and I'm looking like I'm going to get out next weekend, you might get 2 videos next week. You might get here, which is going to be, I'm sorry, dull as dishwater. And then you might get Immingham later in the week. I don't know. I also might go live from Immingham. I'm saying this, and you're not going to see this before that happens, so sorry. It'll be completely impromptu live. If I do go live, it'll be completely unplanned, impromptu, and it'll probably be on TikTok, not on YouTube. The plan is actually for Marcus and I to go live, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Guys, as always, been a pleasure having you with me. Once again, in case the sound buggered up earlier, thank you for everybody who wished me well. when I put a notice up saying no video, I'm not well. I wasn't even able to do the Olight draw in the fashion I wanted to do it, but I wanted to get it done, and I literally did it from my hospital bed. I wanted to get it done because I'd said I'd do it for a set date, so I wanted to get it done. So with all that being said, not a great session, not a great video, but real fishing and all that. What I always say, that's what this channel's about. Real fishing, real experiences. And blanking is the nature of the game sometimes. Sometimes it's just can't be helped. You can throw everything at the mistress that is the sea and it'll return you nothing. It happens. It happens in some of the richest waters in the countries. So, you know, what hope do we have here on the East Coast in one of not richest waters of the coast of the country? Oh, shall we reel that one in before I go? Let's reel it in before I go. Nothing. Still good enough to resend. So with that being said, guys, if you can still hear me, tight lines, stay safe, and I'll see you later.